Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Lay Reddit Mildly Infuriating. We begin with number 19. This is a fake email. Look carefully. Microsoft, no reply at earnmicrosoft.com. I feel like this is why Google has started to add the little checkmark verifications to some of the emails that come in. And even then, I'm still skeptical. My rule is, everyone's gonna be like, okay, Mr. 2D game tester. My rule is if an email comes in and it prompts you to log in, no matter what, I will not click, even if it ends up being a totally legitimate email, I will never click through from the email. I always go to the website directly. Same with if you get a call from the credit card company, even if it is legitimately the credit card company, you're like, hold on, gonna stop you right there. I gotta call you back from the number that's listed on your website because you just never know for sure. Granted, I don't really get calls from the credit card company, but that's the policy if it were to happen. No, I've had these policies in place for ages. The Discord thing that was more socially engineered. That was very targeted social engineering versus other more generic stuff that comes in. Trying to catch a fish that's too smart to fall for your trap. I did not. That looks extremely painful. Damn. Those tongs are going to take somebody's head off when they realize that. Are eels fish? Wait, this video is 3 minutes long. Oh my God. When the moon hits your eye, something. The crab is like, I want this, man. Can I have this? If the eels aren't going to take it, then I'd like to take it. That thing, it doesn't look hand activated. That looks like it's spring loaded, and they are still fast enough to react and not get caught by it. That's crazy. Did they get it? Bro, he got the fish in time. Sorry, oh, wait, no, he got the fish back, or maybe that's another fish. Wait, did he get it? Hold on. He got it. I feel like this is not how eel is generally caught for unagi sushi and stuff like that. I feel like humans have probably come up with better ways, and this person's like, I want to do it the old-fashioned way, and now I'm seeing why people don't really do this anymore. Me and my buddy were stuck in an elevator during our friend's wedding. You know what? Everyone, in a friends group oftentimes ends up getting married at some point. Not everybody in a friends group ends up getting stuck in an elevator during the wedding, and that makes for a more interesting story, I think. To be fair, I haven't really been invited to too many weddings in my life. I might just be too antisocial, and they're like, he's not really a party kind of guy. Yeah. Nah, he's not really. Maybe we just leave him out so he doesn't have to be like, do I want to go to this wedding? And then he'll have to tell us that he doesn't want to go. Either that or that I'm just not thought about at all when people are compiling their wedding list. But in any case, I do hear of people going to weddings at a lot of points. And I feel like this would make for a better story, How Target's local delivery decided to drop off my order of 2 AirPods. Just... Absolutely no obscuring what the package is or anything like that. Just a couple of them. Hey, anybody walking by on the sidewalk, if you guys happen to be interested in a couple of AirPods, we got them right here. Or this could be bait. Maybe this is holy frick, that's a large image. Maybe it's bait. There's the camera on the porch, and it's going to maybe, as opposed to usually when you do the porch pirate stuff, you have the glitter bomb package, but in this case, maybe it's just actually a product or empty box. That'd be kind of good troll. Just do it with an empty box, capture them on camera, and be like, got you, sucker. My boss put this on the bottom of my laptop, so I can't just put it down anymore. Huh? I mean, is it drilled through? is this not like an adhesive that you can just pull the thing off? I have questions like, A, is your boss just trolling you? Is your boss just like, I know people in many cases don't like their bosses, but generally it's not because your boss actually actively sabotages you, right? Like, is this a work laptop? Is there a company policy that is why this was attached to it? Is it a tracker? Like, I need to have more information here. If it's a work laptop, I guess technically they can do anything if it's company policy. If it's just intentionally aggravating so that your laptop doesn't sit flat, like why? You're making your employee less productive, so that doesn't really make any sense at all. Usually you would want your employee to do a good job so that you get good numbers, so that if you have a boss in the hierarchy, then it would reflect well on you. So like, yeah, I guess you have to use it on your lap instead of on a desk. So it fits the definition of laptop. Anyway, if it's glued, take it off. I don't know. Unless it's like drilled through the motherboard with some sort of kill switch that if it's disconnected, the laptop is bricked. I don't know, man. ATM just ate my debit card. We can't return your card. We're sorry. There's been a machine malfunction and we can't return your card. Please contact your financial institution to request a replacement card. This is my number one fear with parking payment machines. I'm like, every time that I do this, I am putting a lot of trust in your freaking machine that I am going to get my card back. Oh my God, wait. Oh, dude, I just remembered. I saw this was like months ago. I'm out and somebody is like, we're waiting on the parking payment machine and we're like, why it takes a moment. Like this person's taking a while and we look and they're kind of fiddling with the machine. Like what it, like they're trying to get something out. They tried to pay with their credit card and they put their credit card in the bills slot and it clogged it. So I'm like, oh, dude, how did you do this? Fortunately, like the office was like right next to the machine, but it might have been after hours of the office being closed. So yeah, we were just like, you're going to need to speak to somebody in the office. I don't think you're getting that out yourself. They're going to have to open up the front of the machine, but oh no. I was thinking though, if I was just kind of having a conversation with someone, you know, a little bit distracted, I feel like there is a way that I could do that. You know, you just like, you look at the first, you scan the ticket and you look at like whatever the first slot is, you're like, okay, credit card. And then it doesn't come back. Yeah. I'm a new hire and everyone just walked out because they heard corporate was closing down the store. What kind of store is this? What kind of store? It's a very commercial looking store. Is this, car batteries? It's like an auto supply store. NGK Sparkplug. Yeah, I guess it's like an auto supply store. Okay. Wouldn't you usually, I mean, I don't know how this works. I've never worked in an office environment, much less an office environment where the store that you work at gets shut down. I'm just thinking, I mean, don't you have to like clock in and clock out usually at places like this? So even if you heard that the store was going to be shutting down, wouldn't you still be like, okay, well, I'll work my hours because I just want to get paid, right? As opposed to if it was a salaried place and it was shutting down, then people might leave and be like, well, I'm still contractually going to get my payroll. So I don't know. I don't know how it works. Guy at my gym builds a dumbbell tower every day just to record himself flexing. It's a phone holder? Every day? Every day is a little excessive, maybe. I mean, man's got a six-pack. So I guess credit where credit is due there. But you know, wouldn't one set be enough in that particular location with that stack of dumbbells? And then, you know, you'd find another location. Maybe you go to a park. Maybe you go to the beach. Maybe you go for a hike. Go up the mountain. Bring a tripod, right? And just do that. Instead, like, why would you, unless, oh, you know what? Maybe what's going on here is he's doing one of those videos where you take a photo every day for like 10 years, and he's trying to keep the background consistent and the exact height consistent. The gym's not going to want to bring in let him bring in a tripod. So he's calculated if he grabs this exact set of dumbbells, right, every single time, he can always have the phone in the exact spot. He has a little marking on the floor. He has the exact setup. So he can flex next to the guy on the rowing machine. And then in 10 years, he'll have a great slideshow of videos, right, for progress pics. On my way to Europe for 3 weeks, realized once at the airport that I forgot to put on my shoes. Okay, got it. You wore sandals. I was confused for a second because I was going to say, I don't know how you would like leave the house in socks and be like, no, this doesn't seem weird. You could, to be fair, you know, they do in Europe, they have shoes. Believe it or not, the people there wear them. It's not like some really back in ancient times, old technology, everybody's barefoot. So you can get some. You'll, in fact, probably be more comfortable on the plane ride. You can kick off your shoes way easier. And then, I mean, somebody in chat who's in Europe can confirm this. Maybe. Any Euros in chat? You guys wear shoes? Anybody? I was only in the UK recently, so that's not part of EU anymore. So I need confirmation from some EU people. Oh, I'm getting no's. Never worn a shoe. I thought everyone wore wood clogs for the mud. No shoes. No. Oh, okay. Well, this really does suck. I guess, hey, but you're going to be better off because actually everybody there is barefoot. So they're going to see you in the sandal technology. And they're like, what is this? We never thought about covering our soles. Previously, we were stepping on nails all of the time. Thank you for bringing this technology over. Comically bright exit sign in the room that we're staying in. This looks like some kind of emergency on a submarine movie lighting here. I want to know how much this was, you know, post-processed in Photoshop. If this is just the raw image straight out of the phone, no HDR, anything like that. If this is actually what it looks like, that's bonkers. Someone's got to put a towel over the exit sign. It is a pretty easy solution. I just love it. Like, if you guys can't tell, there's a door here. It is an exit. You might not have realized. So just I realize it's like if you have heavy smoke, it's supposed to, in a fire, like lead you to an exit if you can't really see very well in front of you. So being sarcastic, still probably cover it with a towel. 1 year ago today, my mom smashed my computer on this counter and broke it. I'm reminded every time I walk into the kitchen. Was your computer by any chance made by Nokia? Or was it a desktop? Did she just slam like a huge tower onto your kitchen counter? I'm just failing to see how like a laptop would do this. Because holy frick. Yeah, I mean, if that's not your house, that's a bit of a, that probably cost her more. And if this is ever going to be fixed, than the cost of your laptop, it's not cheap to get stone slabs, and then you have to get them installed. You have to take the old slab off. You have to find a new slab, get it installed. That's going to cost more than the laptop. So anyway, and then that's just kind of embarrassing. Anytime anyone comes into the house, oh God, what happened to your kitchen counter? I lost my temper a little bit. Like, oh, okay. So I was planning on being here for a few hours, but I think we can get whatever needs to be done in like 10 minutes. I'm gonna head out. I'm gonna head out real quick. Why don't smokers view butts as trash? It's a great question. It's a really great question. I wish I knew the answer to this one, but yeah. It will never, ever make sense to me. I don't get it. I bet you there are people who smoke and otherwise don't litter and are like, oh, I would never throw a cup on the ground. I would always throw my takeout in the trash. But for some reason, when it comes to the cigarette, it's just like there's just this weird, complete and utter change of tune and not thinking about it. Like, I don't. Well, I get that. Here, look, I understand that the idea is you don't want to throw your hot, lit, fiery thing into trash that ignites it. That's not my problem. Like, you should have a mechanism to deal with that if you are going to be smoking. You should have some sort of little thing where you can, an ashtray, you can dab it out, keep it in your little ashtray, and then after it's cooled down, you can throw it out, you know? Like, there are things that have been created that solve this. Cookies my manager told me to throw away at the end of my night shift. Wouldn't let me take them home. Is this like one of those situations where, you know, like Gucci or allegedly or whatever high-end clothing companies, Gucci, Louis, whatever names, they burn excess clothes because they don't want to flood the marketplace and devalue their other clothing that people paid a lot of money for? Is this like, well, hold on, can't have you take the cookies home because that would devalue the other cookies that people have paid a lot of money for. So you can't just get free ones. Or maybe they're just looking out for your health. They're like, we really don't think that you should crush 20 cookies a night. So they're really good. So we're kind of doing this for you because you're going to have a bad time if you eat 20 cookies. To be fair, they could also be handed out to a lot of people. Doesn't have to be one person. Started a new job and just got my office. Turns out the previous employee died in 2018 and they never cleaned it. They didn't die in here, right? I'm just envisioning that they died of a heart attack, like at work. And then they were carried out and the people were just like, we're just not going to deal with this room. Which would be very strange. I'm assuming this happened in another, yes, like this is actually the chalk outline right here. Ugh. Can you imagine if they just if they just took out the body and then they left everything? Be very weird. I mean, I guess it would explain the mess more than if they died somewhere else and then people just let their stuff on the floor. Huh. Very weird. Very weird. None of the child-sized dummies in the top picture are visible from the truck driver POV. The truck itself does not have any safety sensors on the front, and the seat height cannot be adjusted. Bro, every time that is this like from a Donut Media? This must be from a Donut Media video, I'm assuming. I am very rarely super close up with pickup trucks, despite all the contractors and stuff coming over to the house. I don't usually like go out to the street and look at the trucks. But whenever I go to the auto show, I usually go once a year. And I am flabbergasted every time by how tall the hoods are on the pickup trucks. I'm like, obviously I'm short, but I'm like, it's like up to here. It's like up to my freaking head. The hoods on these things. How did this happen? Why does it need to have this much elevation? Oh, it's actually, yeah, it's terrifying to yeah, no, this car doesn't see the mono. It doesn't see the mono. The mono does not exist. And it's funny because there's all this like pedestrian safety stuff, which actually has caused grills to become inflated in size so that it's like not a sharp surface. It's like a flat surface that hits a pedestrian instead of getting spiked. But it's like, how is this going to help? How is it going to help if I'm being hit by a skyscraper rather than just like a low thing that might take out my shins? I would take the low thing that hits my shins instead of being hit by a building. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. My neighbor sent me a text last night forcing me to pay for her daughter's towing charge because she parked in front of my driveway. It's extremely uncalled for you to call a tow company and get a blank car towed away. I just checked my home security system, saw that you have more than enough room to get into your driveway through the front lawn. That's the craziest message to send to someone ever. You had more than enough room to drive up the curb over your grass and then get to your driveway. Just destroy your lawn. How dare you? Because you towed her car, I'm politely asking you to pay the $300 towing fee plus a daily $50 storage fee. If I don't receive payment in the next 5 days, I'm going to have to call the police. You're going to get laughed out of the police station, but okay, sounds good. The part that sucks, though, again, is this is your neighbor. So from the get-go, this falls into the category of, you know, how in Idiots in Cars, it's like, okay, so this person's being an idiot and they're cutting you off, but they also might have a gun. So it's like not worth trying to road rage them back because they might shoot you. This is America. This with a neighbor, I feel like it falls into the same situation where this kind of person, even though they blocked your driveway, if you do something proportional back, they're going to take it to the next level. And they're your neighbor. So you're just screwed. Your life is just going to become miserable and they're going to do a bunch of other crap to you. Even if they get laughed out of the police station, laughed out by a lawyer, right? It's only going to get worse because after this doesn't work for them, they're going to move on to trying to get back at you some other way. And it's just going to be at this point, you just have to move. It's unfortunately like the only solution. The funeral home accidentally locked the keys in the hearse graveside for my mom today. It's got to be really embarrassing for the driver. Oh, no, dude. Well, hey, at least the police? You call the police to locksmith a car? I wonder if you have to call the police because otherwise would the locksmith be like, we need to have proof that you're not stealing the car? But anyway, it feels a little excessive to call the police for the lock. Hey, you know what? It could be worse. There could be like a dog in there. At least it is already dead. You know? So, anyway. Sorry, was that too soon? Anyway, sorry. I don't know if that was too soon. My bad. My bad. Anyway, I'm sorry for your loss. So I thought I was slick, careful, discreet. I thought he didn't know. This morning, my 6-year-old was pretending to vape in the bathroom with his toothbrush with the steam from his shower. Looked at him just like, you, frick that, I'm done. This is a picture of trash. Hey, you know what? Shout out to this guy for throwing the cigarettes in the trash instead of dumping them on the sidewalk. Good job. Also, thank you for the picture of the trash. Oh, I see there's a vape in there as well. Oh, and that's a vape there. I mean, I don't know that this really fits into mildly infuriating, but I'm glad that you are quitting. I hope that you stay quitted and do not go back to it. Everybody apologizing for cheating with ChatGPT. I want to sincerely apologize. You know what's funny is, like, I've definitely used sincerely apologize, and I guess ChatGPT wouldn't have put it into its vocabulary for an apology if it wasn't a commonly used phrase that it was able to glean from all the source material it was trained on. It is really funny, though. I'm envisioning that this was like people were caught cheating with ChatGPT. And then the professor goes, all right, your next assignment is to write me a letter apologizing for all of you getting caught using it. And then everybody went to ChatGPT and said, hey, can you write me an apology for my teacher for using you without making it sound like you? That's my assumption here. Hey guys, I've used ChatGPT like once back when it first came out. And I was like, what is this? And then I asked it something. I was like, oh, okay, cool. Can you say to ChatGPT, hey, can you write something but make it not sound like you? Can you write something but purposely, I need you to not be like you so that it can trick the thing? You know, that'd be cool. That said, I feel like I might write a sincerely apologize if I was instructed to do this. And then I'd be lumped up there and I'd be like, no, bro, I genuinely wrote this myself. I'm just too cliche. So sorry, man. But anyway, it's weird because this stuff did not exist when I was in school. I'm so happy about that because holy frick, it would have been such a disaster trying to weigh, like, am I just gonna plug things in and cheat with this? Like, how much am I gonna use it? If I don't use it, am I just gonna be at a disadvantage? Oh man, I'm so happy I went to school when I did. I got really lucky because I exited school at the very start of YouTube. Whenever anyone asks, like, hey, what do you do to be successful on YouTube and Twitch? Be born when I was born. That's what. I had a significant advantage because of things beyond my control. And good God, would it be more difficult now? All right. Well, anyway, that's it for the last month of Mildly Infuriating. I hope that you've been infuriated. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you next time.